Hi everybody! After completing my adventure at the Red Pyramid, I couldn't wait to explore more of Dahshur's hidden gems. Today, I'm taking you to one of the most unique pyramids in all of Egypt, the Bent Pyramid. Along with its satellite structure, the Ka Pyramid. The Bent Pyramid, built around 2600 BCE during the reign of Pharaoh Sneferu, is a true architectural wonder. Unlike the more famous straight-sided pyramids, this one stands out with its unusual shape, which gives it its name. At first glance, you'll notice that the lower part rises at a steep angle of 54 degrees. But halfway up, the angle shifts to a gentler slope of 43 degrees. This bent appearance isn't just a design choice. It actually tells us a lot about the learning curve of ancient Egyptian architects. Now, why is it bent? Well, originally, it was intended to be a true pyramid with straight sides, much like the ones you've seen at Giza. But as the structure grew taller, cracks began forming in the lower levels, likely due to the steep angle and the weight of the stones. Engineers had to make a decision to avoid collapse, so they changed the angle midway through construction. This solution worked, and the Bent Pyramid became the first pyramid built with smooth outer casing stones, some of which are still visible today, more than 4,500 years later. As I approached the entrance, I was struck by the well-preserved nature of the exterior. Most other pyramids have lost their outer limestone casing over time, but here, the original stones remain intact, giving us a rare glimpse of what the pyramids of Egypt would have looked like in their prime. Shining and smooth in the desert sun, the interior of the Bent Pyramid is just as fascinating as its exterior. As I walked through the narrow corridors, I could feel the history all around me. The passageways here are smaller and steeper than those found in other pyramids, which adds to the mystery. I had to crouch down in some places to make my way through, but the experience was worth it. These inner chambers give us insight into the evolution of pyramid construction. Sneferu's engineers were still experimenting with design techniques that would later be perfected in his son's Great Pyramid at Giza. The burial chambers inside are something truly remarkable. There are two main chambers here, one built at the base of the pyramid and the other higher up, closer to the bent section. This dual-chamber design is unique and may suggest that Sneferu planned to be buried here, though some believe he later decided to be buried in the Red Pyramid after seeing its success. Standing in the innermost chamber, I could almost imagine what it would have been like to prepare this place for the burial of a pharaoh. The paintings, the offerings, the rituals. Though most of these details have been lost to time, the energy of the space still feels sacred. Let's talk about the significance of the Bent Pyramid. This pyramid marks a key turning point in ancient Egyptian architecture. It represents the transition from step pyramids to smooth-sided ones, a design that would later be perfected in the Great Pyramid. Sneferu's contributions to pyramid construction cannot be overstated. He was responsible for three major pyramids in Egypt: the Bent Pyramid, the Red Pyramid, and the Meidum Pyramid, making him one of the most prolific builders in history. While the Bent Pyramid might look like a mistake to some, it's actually a symbol of innovation. The lessons learned here allowed Egyptian builders to perfect their techniques, leading to the construction of more stable, larger pyramids like the Red Pyramid and later the Great Pyramid of Giza. Now let's head over to the Ka Pyramid. The Ka Pyramid is located just to the north of the Bent Pyramid and is a much smaller structure. While its exact purpose remains unclear, some Egyptologists believe that it was built for religious or ceremonial purposes, possibly for Sneferu's soul, or Ka, to inhabit after death. Others suggest it may have been used to house his queen or other important figures. Despite its smaller size, it's fascinating to think about the spiritual significance this structure might have held in the ancient world. Standing next to both pyramids, you can really get a sense of how important this area of Dahshur was to the development of pyramid building technology and the religious life of the Egyptians. The bent pyramid may not be as famous as the pyramids at Giza, but it offers a rare glimpse into the architectural experimentation that defined the early stages of pyramid building. Walking through the ancient corridors, standing inside the chambers, and seeing the well-preserved casing stones firsthand is an experience unlike any other. For me, visiting the bent pyramid felt like stepping back in time to an era when ancient engineers were pushing the limits of what was possible. And now, as I stand here and look As I walked in front of these pyramids, I felt an overwhelming sense of awe and humility. Standing before these ancient giants, I could almost hear the whispers of history, as if the stones themselves held stories of a civilization that flourished thousands of years ago. The sheer size and scale of the bent pyramid made me feel small in comparison, but also incredibly connected to the ingenuity of the people who built it. There's something about the silence here. It's not just the absence of sound, but the presence of an ancient energy that seems to linger in the air. The desert stretches out in every direction, and all I could think about was how these pyramids have stood here, unchanged, for millennia. Each step I took brought me closer to a piece of history, and as I touched the smooth limestone casing, I felt like I was touching a link between the past and the present. It's moments like these that remind me why I'm so passionate about exploring and sharing Egypt's treasures with the world. The feeling of standing here, in the shadow of such an incredible monument, is indescribable. A mixture of wonder, reverence, and deep respect for the people who made the impossible possible. While I was walking in the desert, I didn't feel the presence of anything. Not the sands beneath my feet, nor the sun above me. All I could sense was the overwhelming greatness of this king, Pharaoh Sneferu, and the majestic pyramids he left behind. It was as if the desert faded away, and in that moment, I became just a small part of something much larger. You may feel like a desert rose or a lone plant, living only to witness this grandeur, standing in awe of the monuments that have survived the test of time. And this is just the beginning. I'm waiting for you to join me here in Egypt, where we'll embark on countless adventures together. We will discover everything this incredible land has to offer, from its ancient temples and tombs to its hidden treasures and stories. I'll be here to guide you and share everything you want to know about this great civilization, the wonders of ancient Egyptian history. So prepare yourselves, because Egypt has so much to reveal. Egypt is a land full of wonders, and there's so much waiting for you to discover. From the well-known to the hidden gems, here are just a few examples of what we'll explore together during our adventures. The Great Pyramids of Giza. Of course, no trip to Egypt is complete without seeing the world-famous Great Pyramids. These ancient marvels stand as a testament to the power and skill of the pharaohs. Imagine standing next to the Great Pyramid of Khufu, the largest of them all, or walking up to the Sphinx, the great guardian with its human head and lion body, watching over the Giza Plateau for thousands of years. The Egyptian Museum in Cairo. We'll dive into the rich history of ancient Egypt by visiting the Egyptian Museum, home to thousands of artifacts, including the famous treasures of King Tutankhamun. You'll see intricate jewelry, stunning statues, and even the mummies of pharaohs who ruled Egypt. It's like stepping into the past, where every piece tells a story. Karnak Temple in Luxor. One of the largest religious complexes in the world, the Temple of Karnak will take your breath away. We'll walk through the great hypostyle hall with its towering columns and intricate carvings that stretch as far as the eye can see. This temple, dedicated to the god Amun-Ra, is a powerful symbol of ancient Egyptian spirituality and architectural brilliance. Cruise along the Nile River. You'll experience the beauty of Egypt from its lifeline, the Nile River. A cruise along this ancient river will give you a sense of peace as you pass by green landscapes and ancient ruins, with stops at temples like Edfu and Kamambo along the way. The Nile is more than just a river. It's the heart of Egypt's history and culture. Abu Simbel Temples. Located in the southern part of Egypt, the Abu Simbel temples are truly extraordinary. Carved into the mountainside by Pharaoh Ramses II, these colossal statues and beautifully decorated chambers are a testament to the power and ambition of one of Egypt's greatest rulers. The way they've been perfectly preserved and relocated is nothing short of incredible. The White Desert. For something off the beaten path, we'll visit the surreal landscapes of the White Desert. Its stunning rock formations shaped by the wind make it feel like you've stepped onto another planet. Here, we'll spend a night under the stars, surrounded by the tranquility and beauty of the desert. Siwa Oasis. Hidden deep in the western desert, Siwa Oasis offers a glimpse into a different side of Egypt, one filled with natural beauty, salt lakes, and the ancient oracle of Amun. It's a peaceful, remote place that feels like a world away from the hustle and bustle of the cities. Prepare yourself for the next adventure. Egypt has so much to offer, and I can't wait to share more of my incredible journeys with you. You can see all of my past adventures right here, where I explore Egypt's most fascinating sights. If you're ready to experience Egypt for yourself, just contact me. I offer a wide range of services to make your visit unforgettable. Private guided tours tailored to your interests, covering iconic landmarks like the Pyramids of Giza, the Egyptian Museum, and more. Custom itineraries that ensure you experience Egypt your way, whether you're interested in history, culture, or adventure. Transportation services to and from all major sites, ensuring comfort and ease during your trip. Expert insights into Egypt's rich history, with detailed information about the pharaohs, temples, pyramids, and lesser-known gems. Accommodation recommendations to suit your needs, from luxury hotels to cozy local stays. Specialized tours for families, couples, or solo travelers looking to make the most of their time in Egypt. As an experienced Egyptian tour guide, I'll handle every detail of your trip, so you can focus on enjoying the adventure. Don't wait. Reach out, and let's start planning your Egyptian journey today. Goodbye for now, and I look forward to welcoming you on our next great adventure in Egypt.